It has been less than 3 months since those historic churches in Douglas were purposely set on fire. And if you remember, back on May 22nd, those two fires were set, one at the St. Stephen's Episcopal Church and then the other at the First Presbyterian Church.
Last month, the federal grand jury indicted Eric Ridenour on 2 counts of maliciously damaging the buildings. The 2 churches in Douglas will need to be rebuilt, and that's where we find News 4 Tucson's Cristiana Ramos with an update.
This was a hate crime that left its mark on an entire community. The Episcopal Church behind me and the Presbyterian Church right next door set on fire. Now, less than 3 months later, the community still picking up the pieces. St. Stephen's Episcopal Church and the First Presbyterian Church in Douglas were more than 100 years old. You can see from this video they were nearly burnt to the ground. Less than 3 months later, the rubble that was once a place of worship contains asbestos, according to abatement manager Rick Bolkel, who says his team will remove the debris next week and contractors will tear down the exterior walls to begin rebuilding.
Well, we're going to bring in big machinery and everything to take this debris and everything out, and it'll be in the, we'll put it in 40-yard roll-offs and then take it to a proper facility for disposal.
Until the church can once again open its doors to the community, other local churches have lended a hand to both St. Stephen's and the First Presbyterian Church.
It's really beautiful that we also get to worship on the Foursquare area, this historic Foursquare of churches, and all of us are still worshiping here, and 3 of us are now worshiping in the same building, thanks to Pastor Michelle at the United Methodist Church.
Coming up at 5, A Light of Hope will tell you what contractors found in the rubble here at the Episcopal Church this morning. Reporting from Douglas, Cristiana Ramos, News for Tucson.